Hello and welcome to No Misses. My name is Noah Ganter, and today we'll be talking about the Rockets. Make sure to subscribe and comment. I have my dog in the room for me, so if you hear anything, that will be my dog. So, the Rockets had a very interesting offseason. I mean, they signed Cousins and they signed Christian Wood, two very intriguing big men. Cousins more of a low risk, high reward. If they could get him back into his All Star form, which I highly doubt after torn Achilles, torn ACL, and torn quad, I doubt he could be in All Star form. But if they get any type of similarity, I think that's a win. But also you also acquired Christian Wood, which is who is a promising young player. I think he's 25, but he's still pretty young and has a very unique skill set. He moves like a forward, but he's also like 6'11", so he's kind of a center. He can also stretch floor and is a very good defender. I think he could switch onto the perimeter, and he's a very good shot blocker. While he's not the strongest IQ defensive player, but physically he has all the tools. While Cousins has three lower major body injuries, which no doubtly makes him slower. He was never really good at starting when he was healthy, fully healthy, and he had no major injuries. But I could see him being offensively a threat. With the Rockets last year, game plan was their tallest player was Robert Covington, who is a small forward, and their game plan was just to shoot threes and not have a big man to open the lanes for Westbrook. So they're trying to do that this year. Just defensively, have somebody to rebound this stuff, and have more a unique skill set for their big men. So I could see this being. I just don't know how it'll go. Their Christian was defensively, physically, good, but not IQ wise. I don't know if he will be able to get the Rocket system, and then also DeMarcus Cousins would, I think, just be a liability on the defensive side if he's not in the paint just to be a big body in there and maybe block some shots. But during the Rockets didn't have really any assets, and they did the best what they had. They traded Robert Covington to the Portland Trailblazers for a player, I think, and in return they traded that pick to Detroit to get Christian Wood in a sign and trade. And for this team, I could probably they're gonna be a playoff team no matter what, just because of the star power of Westbrook and Harden. But there's only so far that this team could go because they have no first round picks coming up, and they really lost their core and heart of their team. The whole game plan of the team with Daryl Morey and Mike D'Antoni didn't and decided to quit and not work for the Rockets, which really says something about the owner and stuff. But we also have Westbrook wants out of Houston, and Harden is not opposed to being out. I think he doesn't really mind if he gets traded, but they've already kind of rumors have already sparked. Westbrook was about to get dealed for John Wall, but as but I think we all know that Westbrook is a better player than John Wall, so they wanted more assets, and the Washington Wizards just didn't want to make that happen. So they'll be coming into the year with their starting lineup would be looking like Westbrook at the 1, Harden at the 2, Eric Gordon at the 3. They can run the 3 guard lineup. Then at the 4, probably PJ Tucker. And then at the 5, Christian Wood. And then off their bench, they would have Cousins, and if you want, you could run Eric Gordon at the bench and then put in Daniel House for their small forward for more defense but less shooting. Also, yeah, but or if you really want to get it weird, you could also have Christian Wood and DeMarcus Cousins, like a little bit of a twin towers going on, and see what they could do. I mean, I think the shooting would be a little bit better, but defensively it would kind of be really bad. But I think Christian would be able to have mobility enough to keep up with some fours, not all fours in the NBA. So yeah, but I can see this team being a 4 seed just like last year. I mean, it just depends how Russell Westbrook is. I mean, they're still gonna play this 5-out system, and then maybe some low post passes just to get Cousins some touches and stuff. And he is a very good passer. And his game before didn't really rely on athleticism. His game was before was like shooting and then big body in them. And you don't really need to be fast offensively. His game was never around athleticism just to start with when he was healthy. But him just being slower is detrimental because he was not a good defensive player just to start off with, and now he would be just a straight up liability. They also lost Austin Rivers to the Brooklyn Nets in a trade, which, I mean, it makes their playmaking less, but I just don't know where to put the Rockets, either as losers or winners, because they got better. They got some big men and that could shoot this, so they still have this system, and they got a new head coach, Steven Stiles. I don't know much about him. They've been a coach. He's been a coach ever since like the 2000s, or assistant coach. He's helped Luka Doncic like rise to stardom, MVP caliber level, but I mean, the closest player that James Harden's compared to is Luka Doncic, or that Luka Doncic is compared to is James Harden. They're very similar. Step back threes, not very crafty with the ball. Good playmakers, not the best defenders. But yeah, so yeah, I can see. I don't know if they're gonna do a whole bunch of off-ball stuff. They haven't been doing any off-ball stuff over the last couple of years. With Mike D'Antoni, just been ISO and just see whoever brings help, pass it to the other guy and have some shooters. I just don't know where to put this Rockets team. They're intriguing, as the title says. I mean, the whole trade situation that Westbrook wants out. Westbrook can't do anything. He's gonna play. He's gonna play with Harden because they're supposedly cool and everything. It's just that he just doesn't want to be in Houston anymore, and which says something more about the owner, because we never heard these types of rumors until for Tito, whatever his name is. In my opinion, is not a good owner, but we never heard of this type of things with the previous owner. So yeah, they have no picks. They just very stuck and they did what they best, which I like. They did the best they can with actually no assets, and they got assets for Robert Covington. But yeah, I'd probably give this team probably a 4th, 5th seed. Depends how the Warriors come back, and depends how good the Pelicans are and all them. Depends how good the Wolves are, if I'm really being honest too. I mean, just Westbrook wanting out, and then James Harden not opposed to being out, and one that wants to go supposedly to the Nets. It's just not very surprising. But yeah, that's all I have to really say. If you want to subscribe and comment, make sure to subscribe and comment. And shout out to my family for supporting me for this. And I'll see you guys later. Have a post-thankful Thanksgiving. And make sure to just eat some more turkey, because we all love turkey, right? Alright, I'll talk to you guys later.